Hello to everybody. I'm going to reveal some disturbing truth today. This will be my upliftment post, and I believe, disturbing for many, but that's okay. It's meant to wake you up a bit and maybe awake a little bit of self-reflection in you. Of course, with the best of intentions. You know what? It is wise to talk about personal growth today. We listen to all kind of advices. We read all kind of advices on how to improve our lives, our self-awareness, our financial situation, and many other stuff. In short, abracadabra, and we are there. Well, yeah, it's not exactly like that, at least not in my personal experience. The fact was, and still is, no work is no food, and rightly so. Also, we don't build a house on the roof. We make a solid foundation and then build it up, do we? And so it is with self-building. A few times nowadays we come across the truth. And what is the truth of this subject? The truth is that self-building starts with pain. Unfortunately, we humans are so spoiled that we only become self-aware when we are filled with inner pain and when we realize that the ground beneath our feet is shaking. Only then do we get the call to wake up, and that is when we start to go crazy, looking for instant solutions. And unfortunately for us, there are tons of them today. But are they for real? Well, the truth is that unfortunately for most, the answer is negative. Nothing is instant, and neither it is the resolution for inner conflicts and pain. We can, of course, start treating the symptoms, and I hear that a lot. Thank you. I'm feeling better after this conversation. Yeah, until next time, of course. Why? Because the foundations are not laid. It's necessary to get this behavior out of the brain, out from the memory, or to reframe it. First one has to face it and have the courage to do so. Yeah, my dear. We are always our own best friends, as we are our own greatest bullying masters and our own terrorists. And we do not realize it. The thing is not complicated at all. It's quite simple. It just needs to be understood. And that's why I started my blogs and vlogs in a way that we go slowly, step by step, towards understanding ourselves and our surroundings. One more time, there is no instant solution. no law of attraction. By the way, they are 90% misinterpreted. Not even affirmations will do any good until you understand yourself. But as I observe, unfortunately, it is the case that most people don't even know what they want from themselves, from life. So all the rest of the blah 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 is quite pointless until you're ready to deal with this image of yours in yourself. And then you can start working. Once you have done that, then you can be a positive and a good influence on your children and those around you, and achieve all the goals you have set for yourself. Once you know and discover them in real healthy way, the goals I mean, not those goals that are, inherited from the surroundings and have nothing to do with you. Well, we will talk about goals later on because they are very interesting subject, and we will see that the piece of paper we write for the shop is more important to us than our personal goals. Yes, my dears. That's it with us today. Unbelievable and scary, if you ask me. Going to work without goals, going into relationships without goals, without even pure values, going into marriage without goals, going into the future without goals. Yeah, that's the way it is. People hang out with each other, but they have nothing in common at all. They are only interested in not being alone, because if they are alone, they are losers. So they settle for instant society just to be, without content and value, without inner fulfillment, for fear of being alone. In fact, for fear that in this loneliness they will meet themselves. That's the truth. But in fact, silence is the only way to face oneself and to find what hurts, to process it, to let it go, and to move on. There are many ways to do this. They are easily accessible today. But it is easier to run away from the truth and live in a fog. People invest in all kinds of things, just not in themselves. Yet they won't admit that they are unhappy. Not even to themselves. Not even to anyone else. Well, it's not secret, because it's a well-known fact that all people suffer. All people wear masks. All people pretend not to wear a mask. And all people are the products of childhood experiences and pains. Is this familiar to you? Anyway, this mask thing is very tiring, isn't it? Authenticity is again one of the topics that is extremely interesting and that we will be working on, because it's a particular issue for today. And I promise this will happen very soon. A little self-reflection and you will see that most of you, if you think self-critically, will come to my conclusion. But the next question I have for you is, does it bother you, this thing about yourself? or not? Are you prepared to do something about it or not? Or will you continue to wander through life looking for instant gratifications and solutions of no real value to you? Or maybe waiting for miracles, which in that way will not happen? I can guarantee you from my own experience, and I cannot stress this enough, that abracadabra does not work. So don't be naive and start working on yourself as you should. For yourself and for your children if you have them. So see you soon with open eyes and mind for you from Latin.